Staying tuned. Well, the President Bola Tinubu yesterday at the flag-off ceremony of the construction of 65 kilometers three-lane dual carriageway as a component of the 750 kilometers Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway Section 3A and 3B at Ikodoswa Village, Nsit Atai local government area, revealed that the construction of the coastal highway will boost the interstate commercial activities, create job opportunities, and unify neighboring states. The President, Bola Tinubu, who was represented by Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino, had urged the residents of the area to openly support the road project. The governor of the state, while speaking on behalf of the president, has spoken vastly on the commercial benefits of this road and how it has the potency of connecting states of the federation and creating that unification among states. And he also spoke loftily about the relationship between the state government and the center, the federal government, as led by President Bola Tinubu, and how this is supposed to continue as it is healthy for the growth, the collective growth of the state and the nation at large. Here's what the governor said.
And Cross River, ending in Calabar, effectively connecting the western and southeastern region of the country. The President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino, urged the residents of the area to openly support the road project.
Road infrastructure, therefore, is a key catalyst for growth and prosperity of any nation. It creates the ease of movement of goods and services. It encourages small and medium-scale enterprises. It provides employment opportunities. It stimulates interstate commerce and generally provides better quality of life for the people. Roads also build people and unite people. Boundaries are easily wiped off when we talk about when roads passes through communities.
Speaking in the capacity of the state governor, Pastor Rino, while expressing gratitude to the president for his all-inclusive leadership style, devoid of political bias and sentiments, assured him of his continuous support and alignment with his renewed hope agenda.
I'd like to speak as governor of Akwa Ibom State on this occasion to express the warm sentiments of our people for this road passing through Akwa Ibom. It could have gone elsewhere. And so
well, the conversation has been around how Nsit Atai people, which is where the project starts from in Akwa Ibom State, are receiving this. And we had the opportunity to speak with the member representing Nsit Atai State constituency in person of Honorable Prince Anefiok Attah. And he spoke loftily about the project, especially how it impacts on the lives of the citizens and the people of Nsit Atai. He also made us understand that indeed there were issues at the beginning of the project, but then after there was a liaison, proper carrying along of the people of Nsit Atai, the issues were laid to rest, and the project is indeed a welcome development for the people of Nsit Atai and indeed Akwa Ibom. Here is how that interaction went. Yesterday, we witnessed that event where President Tinubu was represented by Governor Moino, and he spoke loftily about the Calabar Lagos Highway, Coastal Highway, and what it stands at achieving, especially for the people of this region and Nigeria as a whole. But having this road pass through Nsit Atai is quite significant, and you as a House member representing that axis would want to know what this means for the people of Nsit Atai and the commercial value that this road holds.
Well, I think that's a good one. For me, as a Nsit Atai person, let me be a little bit historical about what happened. I was seeing activities around my environment without any information. So I was compelled to write a letter to the people, only to know that those are the people that are coming to do the coastal road. It was on the strength of that letter that they saw the need to come and meet with us at the Paramount Ruler's Palace, where I really expressed my annoyance towards them coming to a particular not bothering about who are the people occupying this place, who are the people staying here. You just want to come and do road. Fine, road is good. So it was on that note that you see that they started bringing people. Outside that, they were just doing as if we are not concerned about it. We are very much concerned about what is going on there, because I know the value added to my community for us to have such a road pass through my local government. So we are among the privileged. I look at it from that perspective, that we are among the privileged local government that road passes through. How? It will enable easy movement of our trade. You know, that is a trading route. So we will no more waste so much time going to Lagos. So if we are doing, you know, we that are involved highly in this production of palm oil, you know, that's our major area of advantage. We have a lot of palm fruit and we do a lot of oil production there. So now, people now will not bother to be thinking of how to take the oil to Lagos again. Rather, we will simply join a train, because that road, apart from being a 6-lane train, there's a train track. Do you understand? There's a train track, which invariably means it will enable us to be able to take our final product, our finished product, to Lagos with ease, which invariably will reduce the cost of production and increase our profit margin. Do you understand?
Yes.
And apart from that, if you pass through most of these places, if you are going to Lagos, for example, you see a lot of trading, even on the roadway. Do you understand? So having this kind of project passing through my local government is a blessing, and I'm really pleased, because it's one of my dreams, how we can open up our place to enable us have access to good things. Is because road is a major factor in improvement of our economy.
All right, Honorable Attah. Well, you had mentioned that they eventually came to meet with you, the persons that are responsible for this project. And what were those areas that were discussed, some of the issues that were raised during this meeting that they have shown commitment to address, especially when constructing a road of this magnitude? There are a lot of issues to consider, for instance, issues of compensation, issues of how the community dwellers are going to be carried along during this project construction, and of course the issue of the youths also, who may want to foment one trouble or the other. Have these areas been addressed effectively, and how?
Yeah, you've already said it, because when we met, you know, as far as construction is concerned, at least I have a good idea about it. You know, I've been into construction before I came into House of Assembly. So one of the major concerns I raised that day, or we presented to them that day, was that issue of compensation. And you know, a typical village man might not know the value, his own value. Do you understand? So the approach that we're using would have been an approach that would have shortchanged our people. Do you understand? That was why we said, no, you don't do that. If you are coming into this place, you must pass through the normal process where the real leaders of this local government will be aware, so that the issue of compensation is not something you shortchange our people. Do you understand? And because the village people do not know what is the standard, what has been happening, so they can just come down and say, okay, it is a government road, it's a government road, government doesn't want, but we just want to sympathize with you, meanwhile, which is very, very wrong. Do you understand? We equally made them to know that major Nsit Atai people, majorly, that sustenance is on farming. Do you understand? And when you run like a 100 meters roadway, 100 meters, that's the width of that road. The width of that road is 100 meters. So you can see that our people will be losing their farming land greatly. So reasonable provision must be made for these people so that they can earn a living, not because we have a road then our people should die. You get the point? We were able to present this thing to them, and I think they were happy about it. That is why there's nothing that they do there now. They must call me. Do you understand?
Right.
Like that thing happened. I had my official invitation letter. That is what took me there. You get the point?
Okay, let's talk about the issue of how this road is realizable. Now, we've understood that for some time now, there's been a pattern when projects are started by a particular administration. Eventually, if that administration does not witness a continuation, you could see that it could truncate the lifespan or success of such a project. Now, do you think that this project is going to see the light of day in the shortest possible time? How long do you think that this project is going to take?
Oh, well, from what you've seen, that the road has been, segmented. Like the area that covers where we are right now is the A and B section of that road. That style, that system, where the road is being segmented into sections and given to different group of persons to handle, is achievable. It would have been more difficult or unachievable if, assuming it was just one contractor that will run the road from the beginning to the end. You get the point? So now there's something they call umbrella contract. In umbrella contract, which very likely is the style that they're using now. Do you understand? The high-tech, who is the overall contractor, do you understand, can employ additional hands in different sections. You get the point? For example, they can say, okay, Nsit International, this particular area, we want you to handle it. You get the point? We want you to handle it. Then they will supervise to see to it that they meet that standard. Are you with me?
Yes.
So that is one. That style of contracting is one of the ways that will enable us to achieve that road construction by the end of the day. But if, assuming it was just one contractor that you give, that it will be the one to do everything from the beginning to along the line, we might fail. That's one. The second aspect of it is His Excellency, the governor of the president of this country, Tinubu, is passionate about this particular road that we are talking about. That's why if you go to Lagos side, they have already done reasonable length. A length they have covered about, somebody said about 20 kilometers or if not more. You get the point? So which invariably means for him, if he start this project and it doesn't stay to the end, we might not achieve it because of differences in administrative style. You get the point? Now that he has seen need to bring us closer to that Lagos and activate this road project, it might interest you to know this road did not start by this administration. No. Are you aware of that? Coastal Road started since quite a while. It was initially NDDC that were trying to, well, at the design stage, yes, I can remember very well. At the design stage, NDDC were involved. Then along the line, the president came down and saw the need to make this road possible. And I very much believe there is no way he will spend 8 years as the president of this country that we will not achieve that road. We will surely achieve it.
Talking about 8 years.
Yes.
Are you so certain that the president is going to spend 8 years?
My brother, 8 years has been the standard. How many years did Buhari run this country? Buhari ran this country for 8 years as the president of this country. Am I right? Fine. So now that Tinubu has come as the president, I'm not a member of APC. I'm a member of PDP. But I'm of the opinion that if some other person did 8 years, and now Tinubu has come in as the president of this country, he must equally run 8 years.
That re-echoes what the governor had said yesterday during the speech he made as in capacity as the governor of the state. He had said the same thing.
Of course, I work under him. So do you expect or intend or think that I will run in opposite direction with my governor? Of course, no. I wouldn't.
Well, as a legislature, maybe you might want to deviate and say, okay, this is the part where I don't agree with the government.
Yes, we can have a part that we do not agree. But for this road that I'm seeing, I'm personally passionate about the road because I know how I will benefit from this road.
Okay.
Going to Lagos, for example, like when I was at my younger age, I used to love driving. So if we have this kind of road, man, and you have a good car to put on it, it's fun. It's part of how do I call it? Relaxation. Do you understand? If you want to go on holiday, you can, or you feel like relaxing, you can put a good car and run through the road to Lagos within a short time limit because of the way the road is.
You think this is going to curb the issue of insecurity as well? Yeah.
Of course. Let me tell you something. You see, most of this insecurity thing that we are talking about is how we keep our environment that creates room for insecurity. Ask me why. Now, you know, there's a thick forest in the south zone. And those people normally feel free going into those thick forests to go and sit down and do their planning. But we have this kind of road with this kind of free flow and traffic. It's difficult for somebody to go and block the road. You get the point?
You think the architectural plan of this road is going to be smart enough to prevent any form of kidnapping?
Of course, why not? You cannot build such road, then you don't have enough security. You don't have security on the roadway. You have different securities on the roadway. Patrol teams will be there and the rest of the things. Patrol teams will be there and the rest of the so. And for example, like in our own side, let me be particular about Akwa Ibom. You know to what extent we have gone into the trying to bring security to adverse situation of security to the barest minimum. You are aware of our security watch, the team that we formed. When that is fully activated, even that it is not fully activated yet, how many issues of problem do you hear or have you received in Akwa Ibom? It's less, almost like 0%. You get the point? So if we have such a road in our own area, I can assure you it cannot be an avenue for kidnapping. Rather, it will be an avenue for more better economic activities to come to our own state.
As we begin to wind down the conversation, this road would span through Calabar, and we know how long the conversation around the Calabar road has survived.
Yeah.
And talking about how this is going to change the narrative of that particular axis, do you think that it spells good for the Niger Delta region, general, and Akwa Ibom and Cross River State?
Perfect. Yeah, it really helped the Niger Delta region. One of the best things that is happening to us. You know what we pass through going to Calabar now. So if we have such road, will you prefer to go and take Calabar? The answer is no. Few minutes from here, you are in Odupani, where the road passes through. Now you are already in Cross River. You get the point?
Indeed. Now, lastly, the synergy that has existed between the government in the state and at the federal level seems to be very, very commendable, especially with how the governor, Pastor Moino, has chosen to run his administration collaboratively with what's happening at the center. At different fora, he has made it known that he is really interested in building whatever is happening in the state in tandem with what's happening at the center, the federal level. Do you think that this is the path to toe? And can you assure that the governor will be able to maintain this even as he completes his tenure and hopes to continue for the next another 4 years?
Yes, he will be able to maintain it. But you see, I like to tell my people this. When God gives leadership, he gives vision. That's what I've come to see. And I must tell you, Governor Umo Baseno, PhD, our governor, the kind of manner or ways he uses in resolving issues is out of this world. I'm telling you, I don't know where he gets his, where he derives his own solutions from. A typical, let me share this. I'm from Nsit Atai. If you are very familiar with the politics of our local government, your Nsit Atai people are always Muslim. Do you know? Every past government have tried all what they could to beat everybody to be on the same line. It's always impossible. But do you know that some months ago, Governor Mobaseno resolved Nsit Atai conflict? That's I don't know how to describe how he made it. Today, Nsit Atai people are one. Do you understand? We are all together today. Kosi Governor Obo Basi Eno. So that is the attitude that he has put up at the national level. Tinubu, when Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, if you can recall, he ran that state without having so much a problem with the central. Why? How did he go about that? I don't know why I can recall what I'm talking about. I think he was a member of either AD, something. I think it was AD, then later another party. You understand? He ran the Lagos State and made Lagos State what it is without the central. Because of this style of allocating, there's funds that belong to a particular state is allocated to the state. So it depends on you, the governor, it depends on how you are able to maximally make use of the resources given to
That's an interaction between us, ADBN TV, and a member representing Nsit Atai State Constituency, Honorable Prince Anefiok Attah, where he was speaking about the coastal highway that has been flagged up from the Nsit Atai axis of Akwa Ibom State and the commercial benefits that this will spell for the people of Nsit Atai and indeed Akwa Ibom State in general. Of course, we'll be trying as much as possible to re-establish connection with the Honorable House Member to further bring us up to speed with the plans of his constituency and, of course, what he has been doing so far as lawmaker in Nsit Atai local government, in Nsit Atai, of course. Stephen O'Day. I think there's a stretch of the program. Thank you very much for the patience.
Understanding.
Indeed. Well, that is the size of Niger Delta today. Many thanks for staying tuned. Remember that you can follow our activities on all our social media platforms, all of which you can find on our website, adbntv.com. My name is Xavier Robert, wishing you a terrific afternoon.
And I am Sifon Ode. Join us for another interesting package tomorrow. Good afternoon.